Minecraft has arguably one of the greatest soundtracks in all of gaming. A big reason for this is the beloved music discs, some of which are absolute bangers, and some are... yeah. In this video, I will be ranking every single music disc as of 1.21.11. Without further ado, let's get right into the first disc. Alright, to start off the tier list, we have this, which is, I believe, 13. And this is one of the two music discs where it's, like, not really music. It's just a bunch of, like, different sounds that can be translated into lore. Given that it's not an actual song, I'm gonna give it F tier. Alright, next up on the chopping block, it looks like we have Cat. I remember when Cat used to be the, like, objective, like, greatest of all time music disc. Very chill and good vibe song, however, there isn't too many special aspects in it. I like the segment starting at around a minute, though. Probably bottom of A. Alright, next up, we got Blocks. And this is just a pretty average song, in my opinion. It's not bad, but it's not the best thing I've ever heard either. One thing to note is that it's 5 minutes long, which means it gets quite repetitive. It also has a cinematic type part at around 4 minutes in, which isn't my favorite either. Decent song, probably bottom of B. Our next song is going to be Chirp. This song is pretty mid, in my opinion, and it also doesn't help that it's my victory music in CubeCraft, so it gets old pretty fast after a few seconds of listening to it. I like the chill part at around a minute, though. Probably C tier. Alright, and then we got Far. It's a very ambient song with lots of, like, echoing chimes in the main melody at the beginning. And the piano section in the middle of the song is pretty good as well. Pretty good song. I'll put it in B tier. I think above Blocks, though. Okay, and then this purple one here is Mall. This is pretty slow, which makes it great for some people, but I prefer faster-paced music over slower music such as this. It has a few small segments in the song later on where it speeds up a little bit, but other than that, it's nothing to write home about. Probably give it C tier. Now, this next purple one is Mellohi, and it's pretty much just the same case as Mall, to be honest. It's, like, really slow, and it doesn't really have any other redeeming attributes. And I'm not really, like, the biggest fan of the old-timey-ish instrument as, like, the main part of the song, so I'll give it our first D tier. Alright, this all-black one in the middle is Stal. I got 2 words for this one. Funny and noise. Terrible song otherwise, but you gotta admit, it's got comedic flair. I'll give it bottom of B. Alright, next up, the counterpart to Stal is Strad. And I love me some good hand pans. In the Aria math song that plays in creative mode, those hand pans are so heavenly. I love them so much. And the way that they're executed in this song is great. I like the part a little after the beginning, where the strings come into play as well. Top of B tier. Alright, next up, we got Ward. And this is a good song. But I feel it's too video gamey for Minecraft. I know that sounds stupid, but throwing in random sound effects from 90s games isn't really fitting for Minecraft in my opinion. Other than that, it's a pretty good song. I'll give it B tier, maybe above these two. Alright, next up, I believe this is 11, the broken one. This disc is very pretty and slow, which makes it great for some people, but like I said, I prefer fast-paced music over slower music, and this is definitely one of the slower ones in the lineup. However, I can recognize the song's beauty, and for that, I give it top of B. Alright, next up, we got the GOAT Wait. This music disc is the chill music disc. The strings with the little notes in the middle of the song is super good, and then goes back into the part after the initial intro with a great percussion. A tier. Next up, we got Pigstep. When this dropped, everyone was getting sturdy to the beat drop. Instantly became top music discs ever. But then a tragedy occurred. Technoblade, who I'm sure needs no introduction, unfortunately passed away due to cancer in June of 2022. This song is used as a reminder of him and the legacy he left behind for me and many others. Technoblade never dies. Top of S tier. Alright, next up we got Otherside, and when this disc came out, every single person knew it was gonna hold a spot in the top 2 music discs at the time. The beat drop is great, the melody is very cute, and don't get me started on the production. The fact this song is still holding its own against the modern goats of discs is a feat in and of itself. Who knew a song could aura farm? S tier. Same exact thing as 13. Not really a song, just a ton of sound effects from Minecraft. F tier. Next up, we got Relic. and this is where we get a little controversial. I love Relic. In fact, it may or may not be my favorite music disc. However, I do realize that songs such as Otherside and Pigstep are better in almost every way. But ever since Relic came out, I've had a soft spot for it. To this day, I'm still not sure why, but I'm putting it in S tier. Alright, next up, we got Creator. We've had a lot of bangers so far, and this is no exception. This is one of the best music discs in my opinion. It also helps that Clown Pierce used it in an intro one time, and the way he did was so awesome. One of my personal favorites, S tier. And next up, we got the music box counterpart to Creator. It's basically a watered down version of Creator. Nothing really changed except for the beginning not having the build-up the original had and the electric guitars in the middle. And I'm not a fan of 100% music box songs, so I'll put this bottom of A. Next up, we got the final music disc from the original 1.21 update, Precipice. It's pretty good in my opinion. It gives off a lot of Christmassy vibes. I'm not sure why, maybe the bells I guess, but pretty much everything about this song is great except for the melody, which I'm not a big fan of. Solid middle of A. And last but not least, the most recent drop, we have Tears. I'm personally not the biggest fan of this song. The melody sucks, and that's all I have to say, except for the great beat drop it has. Not letting the midness take over too quickly. B tier. Alright, and this is my tier list of the Minecraft music discs as of 1.21.7, I believe. I don't remember when tiers came out. But yeah, if you disagree with anything, feel free to tell me in the comments.